Nation. Oh, we are in the building. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Richie Scott. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chatterization. Listen, I thought I had jumped in the chat and I still wasn't added to the stream, y'all. So we up in here right now. Let me know if you guys can hear me. We about to get up into some things. Y'all know how we doing it. Y'all know how it's going down. Y'all know what's up. It's your boy. Listen, welcome to another video. We're about to get it popping. We got a couple of little news items that I want to touch on today, but I want to make sure you guys know that you need to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell button so that you can keep it locked onto when we drop new content on this channel. Also, make sure that you guys join that good texting community. I'm going to leave this up for just a couple of seconds. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know how we do. When you jump into the chatterization, when you come into the room, let me know where you're watching from. You know what I'm saying? I like to know what my people are. I like to know what y'all doing today. You know what I'm saying? We live and in full effect today, y'all. I got my little Starbucks right here. Yo, I ain't even had no lunch today because the news just keeps popping and dropping, and we keep on keeping it locked in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into two subjects today. We're going to be talking about Dr. Heavenly and some things that she did on her YouTube page. Shout out to Dr. Heavenly for keeping it popping in these streets while the show ain't even on. And shout out to Urban Bell Mag for pointing out this little bitty tidbit that we about to touch on. Then we got a little update on the good Tamar Braxton. We're going to be talking about some things that sort of transpired. You know what I'm saying? It's a little sensitive, so y'all going to have to, you know how we do. When we come into the room, we have these good family discussions. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get it popping with that in just a second. So make sure you guys stick around for that. So I'm going to pull up a couple of things real quick and let me get myself ready so we can dive into the news that we got to talk about today. First things first, we're going to be talking about that good Dr. Heavenly. Okay, y'all know she did a little live situation. Shout out again to Dr. Heavenly for all these lives and keeping us entertained while everybody's in the quarantine and supposed to be working. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, she had that good Leah Diaz and Dr. Kendra from Married to Medicine Los Angeles on her show, okay? Now, she says this. She thinks that Dr. Heavenly thinks that Quad and Imani are both self-centered, all right? Get into this, okay? The article states that she feels like Imani and Quad are a lot alike because they are both self-centered. She says, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I know I'm wrong to say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. Imani, I don't know her like y'all do. This is what she's saying to Leah and Kendra. She says, I know her. I talked to her, but she seems very arrogant. Kind of like a Quad kind of situation where it's going to be very difficult for her to sustain a relationship. That's from the outside looking in. Anytime you're so much into yourself, like even go to her page. It's like 11 pictures of her, okay? Heavenly then said this, you got to give 150%. And if you're all about yourself in a marriage, I'm assuming that's what she's talking about, which it looks to me like Imani is, she seems self-centered to me. She just does, okay? So she also goes on to say she doesn't think that they can have successful relationships. She says that she thinks Shanique's marriage is going to last. She says, I do see self-centeredness. And I see why Quad's marriage didn't work amongst other things. And I can see why Imani's marriage didn't work either. When I look at Shanique, it looks like somebody who's given, who's going to fold sometimes. You got to give 100%. Y'all know that 150%. Y'all talk all that mess if you want to. But to stay married, you're going to go through some stuff. And some of the stuff, you'd rather be happy than right sometimes. Now, that part I do agree with, okay? Now, apparently, Dr. Heavenly really likes Quad and Imani. She just don't think that they can ever sustain romantic relationships. She says it's going to be very difficult for somebody like Quad and or Imani. And I don't mean I don't love them because I love both of them dearly, but to keep a man. It just is what it is. You can see Shanique's going to keep a man, and it has nothing to do with anything to do with looks. It just doesn't. She's strong. It's okay to be strong, but a man needs to feel needed. That's all I'm saying. So let me ask you guys this little questionarization right here. You know what I'm saying? What I want to know is, do y'all agree with Dr. Heavenly? Okay. What y'all think? Do y'all agree with that, Dr. Heavenly? Do you think that because Dr. Imani and Dr. excuse me, not Dr. Did I say Dr. Quad? Now she ain't nobody's doctor. But listen, do y'all think that they are too self-centered to keep a man? Let me see. Give me a yes in the chat. I see sorta, okay? Give me a yes in the chat or a no in the chat, okay? Tell me if you agree or you disagree. Yes if you agree, no if you disagree, okay? I see some, ooh. I'm going to give you guys my opinion about this sort of situation. Now, with regards to Dr. Imani, now I ain't as familiar with her as I am with Quad, and that's basically through what I have seen on the show. I didn't necessarily like Dr. Imani in the beginning, okay? I really didn't, because I was like, something about her, like I could see why somebody might think she might seem arrogant, okay? And I thought it was kind of hypocritical of her to kind of like go in on why Jasmine's husband wasn't seen in the show, but yet your husband is not existent in your life. But now, aside from that, there's something I do like about Dr. Imani, because I like the way she moves. You know what I'm saying? She got a sassy, saucy type of way she kind of moves and communicates that just, I don't know, it's something exciting about it. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if that's going to help or hinder her when it's time to try to find true love, but I do know this. I don't know why you would be staying in a relationship with somebody for 5 years and you ain't having no type of relation. You ain't having no type of physical intimacy. It just don't make sense to me. That's really, I just don't get it. And you in the psychology world as well too. Like, how you stay up in that? Maybe, no shade, but maybe the psychiatrist or the psychologist might need to see somebody too. And she might already be doing that. Right? But I'm just saying, to me, it's Captain Obvious over here. Like, wait, we ain't had no type of relations in a year. Might be time to start fixing some things. Year 2. I don't know where this is going. Year 3. Why are you still here, Ike? Year 4. Like, it doesn't make no sense to me, y'all. Does it make sense to y'all? It don't make no sense to me. Now, with regards to Quad does seem rather self-centered. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think it's necessarily much wrong with that, but I do feel like you got to have a little bit of, I'm willing to share the space and the stage type situation in order for you to have a successful relationship. Like, you got to be able to be a partner. You got to be able to, give and take sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't see that with Quad necessarily when I was watching the show. So Dr. Heavenly may be right about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. She seemed to have the keys, okay, to the marriage kingdom. Okay. She over there pleasing daddy. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on to the situation with Tamar. Now, like I say, y'all, when we talk about our brothers and sisters who are dealing with mental and maybe spiritual issues at this point in time, we come with a level of sensitivity to these topics. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be sensitive in the building. You know what I'm saying? So even in the good chatterization, okay, let's keep it sensitive, right? So we're going to get into this whole thing with that good Tamar right about now. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up my photographs and things like that so I can give you guys context and visuals. You know what I mean? Now, this is what's going on, right? Okay, so the news outlets are reporting that Tamar's man, David, the 911 call is raising the family's eyebrows, okay? Because in the 911 call, he brings up Tamar's issues with WeTV. Now, I don't know if this is just me, and maybe you guys can let me know what you think about this, but I don't understand for the life of me why it would be important to let the 911 person know that the employer is causing Tamar angst, and that's why she had taken the pills and the alcohol. Okay. It seems to me like, and I have never called 911 except by accident on my phone one time. For whatever reason, I don't know, the phone dialed 911. I don't know why, but I have never had to call, thank the Lord. Okay. But it would seem to me as though when you call 911, you are simply going to say, oh my God, like I have found this person and they are unconscious. Oh no, what do I do? Y'all get here as fast as you can. The person is not breathing, whatever the case may be. And I'm at this address, 5555 North Figueroa Street. Come and get them. Okay, do it now. Hurry up. What you still talking for? Is somebody on the way? You know what I'm saying? Now, okay, so that's one thing. Now, I ain't going to play the 911 call because, again, I'm trying to keep it sensitive on this channel. And I don't know I don't know what they're going to try to do if I play that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just trying to comply with YouTube and not do some sensitive things. You know what I'm saying? But I might put it up on the Unfiltered channel if y'all really want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, or I might just link it in the description below so y'all can just listen to it for yourselves. But anyway, let's get back to the story, right? So apparently the family is puzzled because they're alarmed also too by his apparent influence over her emotions. Now, this is allegedly, okay? Now, they're saying that sources close to the family, okay, they tell the TMZ and other media outlets, okay, that he had seen the pilot episode and the promo late last week for her new reality show, Get Your Life, okay? Now, they were told that David got angry about the show's content and how he was portrayed in the show. And his reaction is what made Tamar upset. Now, this is allegedly again. Now, apparently, he took the time on the 911 call to explain that Tamar had issues with WeTV and that it came to a head in the hours that led up to him finding her unresponsive. Also of note is that he had apparently been privy to a note that she had left ahead of time, okay, in the hotel room. Now, I don't know if he left the room and came back, or why would he leave her if she had written a note? I don't know. I don't know what the case may be. All I know is if I felt like my fiance was suicidal or something like that, I'm not leaving my fiance's side. I'm just not. That's just me. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving, okay, because everybody ain't the same, right? So the sources say that Tamar's relatives allegedly find it strange that he was discussing the details of her network beef while she was desperately in need of medical attention, okay? And apparently, or allegedly, according to the site, they believe that it's further proof that David was the one that had issues with the show's editorial choices and not Tamar, okay? And they say that Tamar's family has allegedly noticed a change since she started seeing David, okay, who they say her mood swings tended to align with how David was feeling. They also say that he's very involved in her business decisions, okay? Now, apparently in the pilot, his portrayal, it comes off as demeaning and, demanding and controlling, all right? Now, apparently it's going to chronicle Tamar going on a spiritual healing journey, which also includes no intimacy for 45 days, which really upset David, okay? And even in the promo, you can hear Tamar off into a room with David yelling, "David, stop," before producers, bum rush into the room. So to me, I'm just going to tell y'all the truth, guys. Honestly, I don't know what to think about this situation. I felt like in my mind, Tamar had found somebody that was just like, wonderful and loving on her. You know what I'm saying? And especially if she was going through, a spiritual journey and trying to really get into herself. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know. I guess I want to know, based on this situation and based on the information that we have, what do you guys think about this subject? Do y'all think it was odd that he mentioned WeTV and the whole the beef that she was having with them in this. Now, we do know she was having a beef with them, right? So there is that. And then let me ask you guys again, do you think it was odd that he mentioned WeTV in that call? Give me a yes or a no in the chatterization. I want to see what you guys think. You know, again, we having the family discussion. We coming down into the family. We talking about what this is, okay? The next question I got for y'all is, okay, so I'm not the only person that feel like it's weird. So apparently the general consensus is it's a little weird, right? Based on what we just spoke about with 911 calls, right? Who's talking about that on a 911 call? Okay, save that for something else. Like, why are you talking about this? The most important thing is that they get there right at this very second. You know what I'm saying? The next thing is this, okay? We're gonna get real for a second, right quick. Now, with regards to this whole situation, do you feel like WeTV should just let Tamar out of this contract? Give me a yes or a no. And I want a yes or no to this question because I feel as though oftentimes, and some people don't know this, sometimes when you have contracts, you know what I'm saying, with networks, the only way that you can get out of doing something is because you might need psychological help or assistance. And that would be a reason for them to stop filming you at that point in time. Now, given that information, do you think that this is a large enough of an issue for WeTV to step back and say, hey, we are not going to continue filming this for the sake of Tamar's mental sanity at this time? Do you feel like they should even show the show given her mental state at this moment? That's what I want to know. Does the network have an obligation to take into account the star's mental health and faculties with regards to this show? Okay, so like if she's in a mental state right now, should they even be promoting and premiering the show? Give me a yes or no. Should they cancel it? I see a lot of people saying it should be canceled. I see a lot of no's. This is a very good question. Why did she want to do another show with WeTV anyway? She seemed very, very excited about the show with she seemed very, very excited about the show with VH1 To Catch a Beautician. And I think what I liked about that for her is that it didn't require her to expose much of her life as much as it did, you know, focused on the mission at hand, which is the beauty industry, which I felt like was perfect for her because she also had this new brand of hair growth products. And that seemed like, based on what I was watching and as I went back through her social media, it seemed like that was popping. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she's found her space and she's in it. She's in it to win it. But then with this show sort of, you know, catching on like wildfire with that trailer coming out, I felt like, oh my God, it seems like she's just reverting back to the thing that she needed to get away from. It's kind of like if Tammy Roman were to go back to Basketball Wives at this point in time. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? You needed to escape this show, which obviously was toxic for you. So why would you go back and do another show with them? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Okay? Doesn't make sense. All right. Anyway, part of me feels like they should not air it, just out of respect, but they are a network and they are about making money. So it is highly unlikely that WeTV will pull out of this and it is going to air. And there's going to be more headlines that come along with this. I guarantee you this story is going to continue to unfold, especially in the days and weeks leading up to and during the show itself. I'm going to still say this. Prayers go out to Tamar. We have no idea what's really going on behind the scenes. What we can do is, send her our prayers. I don't know if we should be watching the show or not. I mean, I'm going to let y'all know something. If they're showing it, I'm watching it because I need to know what happened. But anyway, That's that on the news that we got for y'all today. Shout out to everybody who is in the chatterization. Thank you for commenting along. Make sure you guys, join the texting community. Basically, with the texting community, I send out an alert, when we're dropping a new video, and you guys can, either comment back. And some days I try to get on and respond to people as much as I can, but it gets kind of overwhelming at times because there's a lot of people in there, and I'm thankful for that. So make sure you guys listen, keep up with the news. This is our place for us to talk about it. Watch all of our other content creators on YouTube. Support. The more we watch, the more we chat about it, the more the topics trend, and the better it is for all of us to have our outlet to discuss the things that we want to discuss. Okay. With that being said, somebody said, stop blaming everyone but Tamar. Here's the thing. I'm not blaming just everybody else but Tamar. I'm asking the question why she still needs to do that. But at the end of the day, regardless of whether or not she's getting herself into these situations or not, the girl still needs prayer. Okay. And so we will continue to lift her up in prayer. Okay. That's what we're going to continue to do. Why should we keep her out of our prayers? Why should we not do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense. So we're going to keep her in our prayers. And I do agree with this. Perfect. I could not say this any better myself. It is up to Tamar to change the narrative. Her portrayal is all her, but I pray that all is well with her. I really like her. And that, to me, is why we do this. That is why we have this channel. So we can talk about these issues, okay, come to grips with it. But at the end of the day, what we gonna do is lift her up in prayer, okay? Anyway, y'all stay safe out there. I need to go eat me some lunch and go get some errands run. I'm gonna have my mask on. I will keep you guys noted, up to date if anything comes up in the news that we need to talk about. I will jump back on here in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button, and y'all know what's up. Sky Squad, we are in the building, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.